people. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I have a plan for stuff that I'm doing, but everything's freaking me out. The world is a mess. And so everything I planned is kind of messed up. And I'm just scared all the time of everything, of life, of no life, of everything. And so I haven't had the get up and go that I once had. I mostly just sit around crying. It's been great. So I'm trying to push myself out of that. I'm trying to forget about the plan and just post. Just do whatever. Just keep going. We'll get there. So most of what I intend to post is I'm on the second floor, and for some reason I thought somebody was coming in that window based on nothing. And that actually kind of goes in to what we're going to talk about. I'm an idiot. So I'm not even going to do the rest of the stuff I was going to explain. I'm just going to tell you I'm an idiot, and we'll just get into it. So I don't know why some people think I'm smart. Maybe it's the glasses. I don't know. I'm a complete idiot at all times. I live my life like an idiot. I do stupid things. I love stupid people. It's just who I am. And I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea and think, this chick is smarter than me. I'm not. I'm dumber than you. I don't know if maybe my stupidity is so great that it like seems to cancel itself out. I don't know if that's a thing, because I'm stupid, and that's the point. So I'm going to show you some examples of how stupid I am, and this comes up constantly, so I may do these a bit, but I only have this one now. Only have this one planned out now. So the first one I'm going to use is a post from June of 2019. I'm going way back because I just collected the ones that I already had of how stupid I am. Sometimes it takes me a while to figure out how stupid I am. Like I see something and I'm like, oh, I think I get it, but I don't get it. And then like hours, days, sometimes weeks later, then I get it. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. And then I have to send it to somebody to show how stupid I am. And so these are the ones I've collected from that. But there are plenty of times where I'm just like, hey everyone, I'm stupid, look at this thing, I thought this and this. So this is from HT_345_demon. I don't follow them, it was just in my Explore feed. And it's a before and after picture for Charger or Wide Body Hellcat. And in the top picture it shows somebody with 2 kidneys, and in the second picture it shows somebody with no kidneys. And the first picture, or the bottom picture, it shows somebody with 2 testicles, and then in the second picture it shows somebody missing their left testicle. So a normal person would probably think what it actually means, and that's that you would sell your kidneys to buy it, or you would sell your left nut to buy it. I thought for some reason HT345 Demon was a consumer advocate. Sorry, it's stupid. This is how stupid I am. And I thought they were saying that this was a safety problem. That if you drove the vehicle, you would lose your kidneys or your left testicle. And I cannot tell you how much time I spent trying to figure that out. I was like, is it a seatbelt issue? Because I could see, like, if there's a restraint, like, it could have, like, if it's too tight, like, it could maybe affect your kidneys. But then I was like, but your testicle. And then I was like, well, maybe it's like because I don't know what a Charger Wide Body Hellcat is. I assume it's a Charger. But outside of that, I don't know. Is it a race car? So then I was thinking, is it like the way the restraint is? Like it like comes up and like hooks in. And then so, like it's too tight this way, you'll lose your left testicle. And it's too tight this way, it'll like crush your kidneys. And I mean, that's the thing that made the most sense to me. Obviously, you know, there's something wrong with the restraints. But then I was like, but then why would you just put it to the car? Clearly, it's a restraint problem. So then I was like, well, if they put it to the car, it's a car problem. And then I was like, well, how how is a car that much different than any other car? Like, it had to be restraint, or maybe a seat issue. Maybe the way the seat, like, it's supposed to be supportive, and it pushes too hard on the kidneys or the testicle, and you have to have them removed because there's like a lack of blood supply. I thought about this way too long. It wasn't until a couple of hours later when I stopped thinking about it, because my brain does this thing where, like, I stop consciously thinking about it, but it, like, if there's something it can't figure out, it still works it out in the back. And a lot of my friends make fun of me because they can see when even if I don't feel it yet, I'll have this moment of like, oh, I fucking figured it out, I'm an idiot. And they can see it coming across my face before it hits me, and I'll be like, oh my god! And it'll usually be when someone's talking or something like that, because my brain's still just like doing stuff in the background. Anyway, hours later, I'm like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. Obviously, you want this car so bad, you would sell those parts of your body. Those are common, jokey parts to sell. So, that's the first example of how I'm an idiot. This next example is from Men's Humor, possibly from March 2019, at least that's when I sent the message of me being an idiot. It says, guys get it, and it shows a normal day with the computer with the mouse on the right side, and the second picture, it says Home Alone, and it shows the mouse on the left side. Those of you who are smart are like, oh, it's masturbation, right? He's masturbating. But me, the idiot, I thought Home Alone meant they're watching Home Alone, not that he is at Home Alone. He's watching Home Alone and moves the mouse to the left side, and I was like, well, why would you do that? At first, not getting it at all. So I'm like, is he like writing notes? Like, you're watching Home Alone and you're like, yeah, what if an intruder comes in? I should be prepared too. This is a kid, and he's outsmarting and torturing these guys. If burglars came in, I wouldn't have a plan. I wouldn't know how to kill them. I wouldn't think to set up things to make them think people are inside, right? I would go hide with my dogs, and they would bark, and we'd all be murdered. So, move the mouse to the left side so you can write notes and diagrams. Maybe copy some of the plans that they got going on, because some of them are pretty smart. Then I was like, wait a second. I get it. He's masturbating. But here's where it's still stupid. I think he's masturbating while watching Home Alone. And I'm horrified. That is not a movie you should be masturbating to. And I don't understand. Guys get it. This cannot be a common thing that guys do. First of all, I know a lot of guys tell me very dirty things. Nobody has ever told me that they thought that Home Alone is a sexy movie. I haven't seen it in a while. Thinking back on it now, I mean, Catherine O'Hara's pretty, but mostly it's just like screaming and running, right? I don't know. That could be hot. But the focus of the movie is the kid, not sexy, and the two burglars trying to kill the kid, not sexy. I can see why it's an enticing idea, but not something you should masturbate to. So then I was like, who the fuck is masturbating to Home Alone? That's terrible. That's freaky. Why would you post on the internet that you do that? And I was horrified. And I swipe past, like, oh no. What is wrong with people? What is happening to the internet that we're masturbating to Home Alone and publicly telling people about it? Then I realized it had nothing to do with the movie Home Alone. I am an idiot. I like to think that this one doesn't make me stupid. It just makes me naive and imagining a world better than it is. So, it's a picture of... God, I'm such an idiot. It's a picture of a white lady clutching her purse tight, and a black man holding a store bag and the hand of a toddler, and he's yelling at her, "We don't want your funky ass purse." Now, obviously, this is racism, right? I, however, and maybe it's because I'm a white lady, I thought that I thought they were a married couple. I thought that that was the wife and the husband and their baby. And I thought, see, this is because I have been a married lady, and a married lady with a purse. And you know what always happens to married ladies with purses? People want to put stuff in it, right? Generally, husbands want to put stuff in your purse because they don't want to carry it. We should normalize men carrying their own bags. It's fine. Carry your own bag. I don't give a fuck. Put whatever you want in it. Put a whole bunch of Hot Wheels in it so it's cool. But I was on her side, and then like, I don't want. Why am I responsible for carrying everything? I mean, specifically, I am not as strong as generally the dudes I hang out with, right? They all go to the gym all the time, constantly working out, and I'm supposed to carry everything? Is it because that's my exercise? Like, because I didn't spend all day in the gym, I get to have to lift everything? No, it's bullshit. Carry your own stuff. But then I was like, well, I want to read the comments. I thought, like, because it was going to explain, like, I'm so sick of my stupid husband making me carry all our stuff. Turns out that this picture is actually that these people don't know each other. Possibly just walking past each other. And she sees a black man and holds her purse closer to her so he won't steal her purse. And he, who's just shopping with his daughter, is like, you lady, I don't want your stupid purse. I'm not going to steal from you. I'm just living my life. That's another time where I felt completely stupid. I mean, again, it's adorable of me, if you really think about it, that it didn't occur to me that it was racism. That he was just yelling, we don't want your purse, because he has his grocery bag. I forgot to explain that part. That's why I was like, screw you, we don't need your purse. I've got my grocery bag, so fuck off. I'll carry my own stuff. I'm a man. It just, I don't know. I see black men all the time. I don't think they want my purse either. I mean, I do have some cool purses, but I would more likely see myself near a black man who wanted me to put his stuff in my purse than he wants to steal my purse. So, I'm an idiot. A privileged idiot. This is a time when I can't read. This comes up a lot. I think I'm reading something correctly, and I am not. So I read it incorrectly and then try to figure it out. Rather than, you would think as many times as I misread things, not just misread things in general, but actually misread words. As many times as I do that, you'd think I would be like, wait a second, I misread this, and reread it. But no, I misread it, assume they got it right. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. Read those words right. And then I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And then I think about how to make it make sense. This is a picture of a Powerpuff Girl in curlers with an avocado mask, like all welled up. And it says, when you realize the killer outfit you planned in your head actually makes you look like a potato. I thought it said the serial killer outfit. When you realize the serial killer outfit you planned in your head actually makes you look like a potato. This is when true crime podcasts started being like really popular, I think. And so in my head, like, people just wanted to dress up like their favorite serial killer, and it made sense. But like, it's like, do a lot of people do that? Or, I mean, and again, this could be because true crime podcasts were becoming like very popular. And I do cosplay. I dress up a lot. I wear a lot of costumes. I'm always, even if I don't dress up, I'm always like coming up with costume ideas for later. So in my head, that's what they're doing. So then I was like, but do a lot of people do that? Because it seems like a niche thing. It seems like something I would do, and maybe like 5 other people. So I was like, who's doing that? It's a lot of work. And I assume most of the true crime podcasts are like very specific, right? So like, I mean, you could dress up like Ted Bundy, and that one might be like catchable, but like there's like a lot more serial killers that are like really niche, and like, so are you like trying to be down low, like, oh, nobody knows I'm the donut killer, and you're just walking around holding like a fake donut or something and pretending to eat it all day, and people are like, Karen, what are you doing? And Karen's like, I'm the donut killer. I heard about him on this podcast. Like, you could do it. It sounds fun, but like, it just seems like a very specific kind of dress up that would be harder for people to get. So, I mean, I do like down low dress up. Don't get me wrong, where you're dressed up as something or someone, and nobody knows. They just think you're dressed up, or you're just wearing an outfit, and you're like, ha 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 ha. Like, I have a Constantine outfit that I wear sometimes, and it doesn't look like I'm necessarily Constantine because he's a dude. But in my head, I'm like, you guys, I'm Constantine. So then I was like, well, that doesn't make too much sense. So maybe people are like fantasizing about being a serial killer. I don't want to be a serial killer. I'd rather, I hope, not kill anybody if I don't have to. I'd rather not have to kill anybody, period. But I'm saying, if I have to do it, I hope I have the courage. Outside of that circumstance, I can't imagine doing it. So, but I don't listen to a lot of true crime podcasts, and I don't fetishize serial killers or murder in general. I mean, I like horror movies, but I don't want to be Jason. I've dressed up like Jason, but I don't want to be Jason. Like there wasn't a time when I was Jason that I was like, you know what would be cool is if I just go killed a bunch of campers. But I don't know. People fantasize about weird stuff, so I could see somebody being like, oh, if I was a serial killer, this is what I would do, right? And like planning out how. I mean, I think we've all, maybe this is, me, and maybe I'm a weirdo, but I think we've all thought about like, oh, if I had to murder somebody, how would I do it? Or like, trying to get away with a perfect murder, that whole like stabbing somebody with an icicle thing, right? Like I could see how people are like, well, I bet I could be a serial killer. I'm like really clever and all this other stuff. So then they were like picking out what outfit they would wear as a serial killer, and they're like, oh, this makes me look like a potato. And so first I was surprised that somebody would be so blatant as to tell everyone, I'm thinking about being a serial killer. But second of all, I was like, wouldn't you want an outfit that makes you like a potato? It would make you harder to identify, right? Like, if I had I have a bunch of tattoos. Arms and legs and body and everything. And so, if I was wearing very few clothes, people would be like, dude, she's got the Harley Quinn and Joker tattoo, she's got the singing skeleton, she's, all this stuff. And then, oh, damn it, everyone knows I'm the serial killer, and I'm probably not even a serial killer because I probably got caught, like, right after the first one. Right? Or, like, they could say, like, oh, she's 5'7", she's, 150 pounds? I don't know how much I weigh. And then boom, right? So, potato is actually the way to go. And I mean full-on potato. Brown, round, you could be anybody, right? Kind of like a Mr. Peanut, but a Mr. Potato. But not Mr. Potato Head, because I feel like that draws too much attention. Brown is a pretty, like, subdued color. And you could, like, lay on the ground, maybe, and people would just think you're a rock. But if you're Mr. Potato Head, people are really, what the fuck is that Mr. Potato Head doing? Why is he covered in blood? So anyway, I was thinking about this a lot, and then I realized, hey, that didn't say serial killer at all. That says killer. That's like when you sit there and think like, oh, what would be really cute is if I put, those black leggings with that pink dress, and I'm gonna look great. And then you put it on, and it's like not form fitting, and you look like a potato, a pink potato. And then I started wondering what kind of serial killer outfit I would have. But as we've already established, it's the potato outfit. So if you see me in a potato, watch out. So I know weight loss and gain can occur. I'm not an idiot, but I am. So this picture is of this lady from week 1 to week 16 getting into this dress. And it shows from the back, the larger gap, and the gap gets smaller, and then it's zipped up. Congratulations. Good work, I guess. But for me, I was like, how does it take you that long to zip up a fucking dress? So I dress myself, obviously. But But like I rarely, if ever, have had anybody able to help me put on a dress. So like if there's a zip in the back, I zip it. And so I thought, rather than being proud of her and her transformation that she was trying for, I thought she just finally figured out how to get it all the way up, right? Like I thought it was like maybe more of a yoga thing or a contortionist thing, right? To see like how far back she can get her arm. Um, and I was like, well, you can go from this way, and then you pull the. I would do it now, but I don't want to accidentally show anything. Like pull it all the way up, and then you pull like it's. Figure it out, dude. So, yeah, I was not impressed. I was actually kind of shocked that she thought that that was worth posting on Instagram. But I mean, I guess if it does take you 16 weeks to either figure out how to do it on your own or find somebody to help you, I guess you would feel triumphant and would want the world to know, like, guess what? Gary helped me out. We got the zipper all the way up. I'm gonna have to wear this every day now. I don't know why I'm telling everyone what an idiot I am. I just think that you need to know. It's important that you know how stupid I am. This one is the last one. This may not be the strongest, but it is one of my favorite. This is from December of 2019, and it was posted by _ NAJAB, Najab, and it says, "My mama told me," and quote, "if you give a person too much too soon, they'll fall in love with your hand and not your heart," end quote. So obviously what they mean is that they'll love what you give them, right? Like if I bought you a car, which I'm not doing, but if I bought you a car, and then I kept buying you cars or whatever, I'm not good at this. If I kept buying you stuff, you would be like, so you would want to hang out with me all the time because I'm always buying you stuff, but you don't care about me as a person. Obviously, makes sense. It's an important thing to keep in mind. There are people out there who aren't into you, they're into what they can get from you. In that same vein, I'm not completely wrong on this one. I'm just worse, I guess. I thought it was about hand jobs, which is also true. If you're with a dude and you're constantly giving him hand jobs, right? He doesn't care about you as a person. You're the hand job chick. So I was like, that rings true. Yeah, it got me in the feels. And then you don't want to. I mean, you want people to like your personality, to think you're pretty, to, whatever. I don't know. Everyone's got different things that they want from people. But I'm sure there are people out there who want to be known as a hand job chick. It's not a bad thing. I think if you have that, it could be a very valuable skill. But keep in mind, that's what people like you for, right? I mean, they can like you for other things too. I'm not saying just because you give a good hand job, that's the only reason why people like you. I'm just saying be careful that you're not just constantly giving hand jobs so that people can learn other aspects of you. Okay, I just imagined somebody who's really good at hand jobs giving them, and just oddly, like, telling life stories. Not like sexy stories, but like, oh, well, my childhood was difficult growing up. That way people get to know them. So anyway, the point is, I'm an idiot. Not sure if I cut out the last story. Probably will. Because honestly, this whole thing from start to end is horribly embarrassing. But I want you to understand, I'm an idiot, and I've survived this long, so if you feel like you're an idiot, you can keep going too. Everything sucks. It's rough. But yeah, hopefully things will get better, or our brains will slowly decay inside of our skulls, and we won't even notice that it's bad out there. Think about that. There's always a bright side. All right. Have a good day.